And what we're going to do is elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States. After watching the Obamas last night, that was some epic fire, wasn't it? Some epic fire. We're now so fired up, we can't wait to leave here and do something as a nation of us against them. People who want to scare you, who want to rule you, people who'd have you believe that books are dangerous and assault rifles are...
Did you hear about Oprah's latest roast? She really laid into Trump to the point where he might need to build a wall around his ego just to recover. Seriously, folks, Oprah went all out. She reminded everyone of a letter she wrote back in 2000 suggesting they'd make a great team. But it turns out Trump's idea of teamwork is more like me, myself, and I. Classic Trump. Right before we dive deeper, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoyed this content, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch without subscribing, and it costs you nothing but makes a huge difference for us. So, did you click that subscribe button? Great. Thank you. Now, let's get back to the video.
But here's the thing. When we stand together, it is impossible to conquer us. He said, no matter what ship our ancestors arrived on, we are all in the same boat now. That there's a right way to worship and a wrong way to love. People who seek first to divide and then to conquer. But more often than not, what I've witnessed and experienced are human beings, both conservative and liberal, who may not agree with each other, but who'd still help you in a heartbeat if you were in trouble.
Well, folks, it looks like Oprah Winfrey isn't just handing out free cars anymore. She's serving up some serious burns. And the target? None other than our favorite orange-tinted reality TV star turned president, Donald Trump. Remember when Oprah and Trump were buddies? Yeah, neither do we. But there was a time when these two were thick as thieves. Oprah unearthed an old letter she wrote to Trump back in 2000. Probably from the same drawer where she keeps her unused gym membership cards. In this blast from the past, she wrote, "Too bad we're not running for office. What a team." Oh, how times have changed, but Oprah didn't stop at just reminiscing about the good old days. No, she went full roast mode. It was like a comedy special with a political twist and zero chance of Trump tweeting during a commercial break. She threw some serious shade at his idea of teamwork, quipping, "Little did I know he'd go on to prove my point that teamwork isn't exactly his strong suit." Classic Oprah.
He also claimed Oprah looked embarrassed, but he did concede Oprah had him and his family on her show back in February. Donald Trump has taken aim at Oprah Winfrey online after she live-streamed an interview with Kamala Harris. The former president ranted about how he believed Harris was destroying America and how it wasn't the real Oprah.
In Trump's world, it seems teamwork means everyone else does the work while he takes all the credit. Sound familiar? But wait, there's more. Oprah didn't just roast Trump's leadership skills, she really went for it and even started mimicking his voice. And let me tell you, it was spot on. You'd think Trump himself was in the room, complaining about how unfair everything is. In her best Trump impression, Oprah whined, "They shouldn't have done that. It was unfair." This was in response to Fox News airing clips of her at a Kamala Harris campaign event. Looks like even Fox News isn't safe from Trump's tantrums anymore, but the real kicker? Oprah dropped a Mike-worthy line about Trump's ego, saying that if Michelangelo were designing statues for him, he'd need extra marble, not for the hands, but for the pedestal beneath them. Ouch. Turns out Trump's skin is thinner than his hair, and his ego is bigger than both combined. As the laughter died down, you could almost hear Trump's tweets being furiously typed. I bet his tiny fingers were working overtime while Trump's fingers were busy. Oprah was just getting started. The queen of talk shows wasn't about to let his obsession slide. She went in on his Grand Barrier plan like it was a misguided attempt at creating the world's biggest Lego set.
Late last night, just minutes before midnight, President Trump taking to Twitter to slam Oprah. Just watched a very insecure Oprah Winfrey, who at one point I knew very well, interview a panel of people on 60 Minutes.
There was one more tweet from the president making headlines today, the one he sent not long before midnight last night. It was about Oprah. calling her insecure.
Tweeting, "The questions were biased and slanted, the facts incorrect. Hope Oprah runs so she can be exposed and defeated just like all of the others."
Polls are showing that respect for the United States is eroding around the world.
The former talk show host sitting down with a group of Michigan voters, but Trump didn't.
Yeah, Oprah remembers too, and she wasn't about to let that gem slip by unnoticed. In true Oprah style, she delivered a zinger that had everyone rolling with laughter. It's almost as if he believes science exists solely to ruin his golf courses. She joked, "Talk about a hole in one." Who knew the fate of the planet rested on Trump's putting green? Apparently, in his world, climate change is only a problem when it messes with his tea time, but Oprah wasn't done schooling Trump on the finer points of science and reality. She tackled his wall obsession head-on, pointing out the sheer ridiculousness of it all. Last I checked, she mused, immigrants aren't exactly scaling Mount Everest to enter the country. In Trump's mind, every border crosser must be part mountain goat, part Spider-Man. The audience was eating it up, laughing so hard you'd think Oprah was handing out free cars again. But instead of cars, she was serving up burns, and Trump was getting roasted harder than a turkey on Thanksgiving. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Oprah delivered a knockout punch.
But Oprah recently put the rumors to bed.
It's just not in my spirit. It's not my DNA.
It was actually on Oprah's show back in 1988 when she asked Trump if he would ever run for president.
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it.
Speculation swirled that Oprah was considering a run for president in 2020 after this speech at the Golden Globes.
That a new day is on the horizon.
Summarizing Trump's grasp on climate science with a zinger that'll go down in roast history. Turns out his understanding of climate change is about as solid as a sandcastle at high tide. Boom. There it is, folks. Trump's scientific expertise reduced to a pile of wet sand. Well, it looks like Oprah's roast of Trump has left the country more divided than a pizza at a vegan convention. Some of his loyal followers are throwing fits, claiming Oprah is just another celebrity trying to split the nation. But isn't that kind of Trump's whole deal? On the flip side, plenty of people are giving Oprah a standing ovation for her sharp, on-target humor, saying she hit the nail on the head with her critiques. Who else could poke fun at Trump's ego and still come off as America's favorite on one thing's for sure? In this battle of words, Oprah got Trump beat by a landslide. Maybe next time, Trump should stick to tweeting about KFC instead of trying to out-talk the Queen of Talk. Oh, and Trump, if you're reading this, maybe consider hiring Oprah as your comedy coach. Lord knows you could use a few pointers on how to actually be funny.